as the CEO of IP Dome, IP Strategy Advisor, to invite you all to this 2-day seminar on IPR and biotech. I now request our keynote speaker, Dr. K.V. Ramachandran, and Mr. Paneer Selvam of MSME Development Institute to kindly ascend to the dais. In both IP, biotechnology, and the intersecting subject of law. So I hope that you will have a good and warm learning experience, and I wish you all a very good time while you are here. I'll start with the introduction to the theme. The whole aspect of biotechnology that we are trying to address through these seminars is the coming bioeconomy. As we know that the current global economy is bringing poverty, is making, is enriching certain countries, and certain countries like our own country is not improving at the same pace. So in the bioeconomy, given our great biodiversity and natural resources and smart people who are good at biotechnology and at different sciences, we are looking forward to a brighter future in the bioeconomy. So the economy that we are talking about is where biosciences will transform the way people produce and consume. And some of the products that I have put out on the slide, biofuels, biorefineries, biomaterials, enzymes, foods and feeds, biometric applications, these are areas where you will definitely be familiar with better than me. However, where we bring our competency is in linking the knowledge and resources through IP. And this we do by providing introductions to commercial creativity, scientific creativity, innovation that helps scientists become entrepreneurs. That is where our specific expertise is. Apart from that, we also provide a global outlook and IP strategy. And this is where the MSMEDI with Mr. Matthew Oman and Mr. Paneer Selvam have come together with us to provide a seminar where we can look at the broader outlook. Very simply speaking, the characteristics of a monetizable IP are that it has to be a protectable technology, there has to be continuous innovation, it has to respond to the market. If there's nobody who wants to buy your product, then your IP is worthless. There has to be brand building, because even today we buy things because they're made by certain companies, Glaxo or Johnson & Johnson. You don't even look at it before you use it for your baby or your soft and tender skin, just because it's coming from Johnson & Johnson. At the end of it, money has to come from licensing. Either you sell the product or you sell the IP. And there are many different categories of innovation in biotechnology. There are small molecules, enzymes, tools, platforms, there are discoveries, and there are metabolic pathway engineering. Now the reason that we have to look at these categories of innovation is that bioeconomy has started, it is now at an immature level. It is likely to mature over a period of the next couple of decades or so. So our innovation also has to follow the trend of biotechnology. In the immature economy, certain things are monetizable. In the mature economy, more things are monetizable. So when we update our technologies, we have to look at the future. We get a patent for 20 years. There's no point in inventing something that becomes obsolete in 2 years. We have to look at the larger point of view. Look at something that is monetizable even in the 20th year of its existence. And how we look at IP is something that will build a competitive and scientific advantage into the science that you are all masters of. Definitely what you know, I don't know. So what I provide to this whole idea is to come with a strategy into science, come with a strategy into commercial science, come with a strategy into entrepreneurship. Look at how you can outperform competition, how you can out-innovate and upgrade yourself in a very competitive field. Today in our sessions, we have Dr. K.V. Ramachandran with us. We are very fortunate to have him. He is the head of biotechnology, IIT Madras. He has a very long and distinguished career in biotechnology. He graduated with a bachelor degree from Madras University in chemical engineering. He received his master's from Clarkson University, Potsdam, USA, and PhD from the University of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. After his post-graduation, he had an industrial experience in Hindustan Antibiotics and at the Technical Service Production and Process Development Divisions of Hindustan Antibiotics. In 1979, he joined the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, in the biochemical engineering and biotechnology field. He is also a consultant and scientific advisor to many Indian biotech companies and the chairman of the DBT Task Force on Bioprocesses and Products. Your resource material, which we have given you, contains a full profile of all these eminent personalities, and I hope that you will be able to take advantage of it. We also have with us, very fortunately, Mr. Paneerselvam of the MSME Development Institute, who I think you have already met before, most of you at least. Mr. Paneerselvam, I find a very enthusiastic and inspiring force for entrepreneurs. I think his work with women entrepreneurs, his work with entrepreneurs in scientific areas and scientific and technological business incubation is very inspiring. Mr. Paneerselvam has served for many years. His professional synopsis says that his organizational experience is of 25 years. He has pioneered change management consulting services to MSME. He has created brand image for MSME DI by organizing Six Sigma Green Belt and Black Belt programs. And I find that as a sequel to the specialized training attended at the Durham Business School, which is one of the premier business institutions in Europe, organized many specific training programs for women empowerment. As a result, an exclusive association was formed to foster the interests of budding women entrepreneurs in India. We are also very fortunate today to have with us Justice V. Ramasubramaniam. Those of us who are lawyers or who are following the litigation area will understand the wealth of knowledge that he brings. Unfortunately, as you may all know, judges are very busy, and until last week he was in Madurai, which was why I was not able to confirm his presence today until about 2 days ago. Anyhow, he has agreed to come, and we are very fortunate to have him, but he will be joining us after court hours, which is after 4:30, so anytime between 5 and 5:15 he should be with us. I request you all to please be present and hear him out. Mr. Justice V. Ramasubramaniam starts the process of writing the judgment as a lay person entering science. And at the same time, he takes it to the pinnacle of new technology. So people like you, people like me, people who are on the streets reading newspapers, can everyone understand what he is saying. And he is going to talk about the evolving synergies between law and technology. So with this introduction, I will just leave the dais to the other dignitaries. I would just like to make a few comments about what the rules are for the next 2 days. Please switch off your cell phone or put it on silent. Your knowledge is not going to come through your cell phone. So please keep your calls to the minimum. If you have to make a call or take a call, please go out of the hall. Please do not disturb other participants when you're leaving the hall. Try to keep your movements to a minimum because this is a participative learning exercise. Please feel free to ask questions of the speakers whenever they are inviting you to. Do not interrupt them. At the same time, I request you to keep the questions in the podium general. But if at any point you have a very private question, please keep it for tea break or lunch.